Hey, friends! In many ways, Star Trek began here, in the movie we're talking about this time. That's right, Forbidden Planet from 1956, a classic sci-fi movie if ever there was one. The story is vaguely based on William Shakespeare's play The Tempest, which deals with madness. Our story goes like this. The Earth space cruiser C-57D is a year out from Earth. Their mission? To determine the fate of a survey vessel on Altair 4, which has not responded to calls since their ship landed on the planet almost 20 years ago. The saucer reaches Altair and is contacted by the sole survivor of the original flight, one Dr. Morbius. He warns them away, but Commander Adams insists on landing anyway. Later, Morbius explains that the other colonists were all killed by some mysterious invisible force. Intrigued, Adams and the crew investigate. Morbius is not alone on the planet, though. His young, sexy daughter, Altera, is on hand to explain she doesn't understand what kissing is. Morbius also has a fantastic robot servant named Robbie who can do seemingly impossible things. Turns out the technology that helped Morbius create Robbie came from a lost civilization on the planet called the Krell. Morbius reveals the Krell's ultimate achievement before they vanished, a wondrous large-scale machine that uses mental energy. The Krell's minds were incredibly powerful compared to humans. Over the past 20 years, Morbius has been attempting to unlock the secrets of the lost race. But although Morbius and his daughter have not been troubled by the mysterious killing force, the monster has returned and started killing off the saucer's crewmen. What is the secret of the invisible monster? Can Adams and the crew of the saucer solve the mystery and escape Altair 4 with their lives? And why is Altera's miniskirt not short enough to tell if her legs go all the way up? In our cast, we have the legendary Hollywood star Walter Pidgeon as Dr. Morbius. No stranger to sci-fi, he also starred in the movie version of Voyage to the Bottom of the Sea and The Neptune Factor. And Honey West herself, Anne Francis, plays the alluring Altera. Frank Drebin stars as Commander Adams. That's right, Leslie Neilson in his film debut, who later went on to star in Airplane, Police Squad, and the Naked Gun series. He was the prototype for Captain Kirk. And speaking of Kirk, Warren Stevens is here as the ship's doctor. Among many other things in his career, he was in an episode of the original Star Trek. He was Rojan in By Any Other Name. Longtime character actor Earl Holliman provides some comic relief as the ship's cook. We also have Oscar Goldman from The $6 Million Man and The Bionic Woman, Richard Anderson as Chief Quinn. And leave us not forget, in his first appearance, Robbie the Robot. The costume cost $125,000, and in various configurations he went on to appear in many other TV shows and movies. He's even in episodes of Arc 2 and Columbo. When sold at auction in 2017, Robbie went for over 5 million smackers, reportedly the most expensive film prop sold at auction up to that time. Longtime professional voice actor Marvin Miller provided the voice of Robbie in the movie. He also narrated the opening prologue of the film. Okay, so where do you even start with this one? Forbidden Planet was a watershed and one of the first large-scale, big-budget science fiction films of the modern era. And despite some dopey humor that pops up at times, this is a film that took science fiction seriously. The production design is unlike anything that came before. It has that George Pal vibe, even though Pal never worked on it. Director Fred Wilcox only made one other film before he passed away at the age of 56. Real shame. He also directed 3 of the Lassie movies. So what about that Star Trek connection? Well, Gene Roddenberry flat out admitted that he was inspired by the film, and you can see that in the way the captain, the ship, and the crew are all depicted, and yeah, in the way the captain starts macking on a sexy space chick. The gear the crew uses, the science behind the made-up technology, the type of mystery the crew encounters, and how they figure it out. All of the DNA of Star Trek is there. The movie even takes place in the 23rd century, as does Star Trek. Some of the costumes and props from Forbidden Planet wound up in another sci-fi movie, The Queen of Outer Space. It's not as good as Forbidden Planet. It does have some sexy chicks, though. But that wasn't all the recycling done here. The set used for Altera's garden is the same general set used for Munchkin Land in The Wizard of Oz, which was previously shot on the same soundstage, and the model of the saucer turned up in several classic Twilight Zone episodes. Well, I could go on and on. Hell yeah, this one gets 4 paws up, no surprise there. It has it all, even an unusual score made completely with electronic instruments. Forbidden Planet is among the best of science fiction films and has stood the test of time. It's a classic for a reason. It's spectacular and well worth a watch. You take care of yourselves, and I'll see you in the next one.